this is Crenstar, and today I want to mess with FM modulation from outside sources, or just basically using other types of devices to modulate or to mess around or change the voices or the sounds of other types of voices. So I got FM4. I have barely played with this one. Usually I do phase 4, I guess it's the phase distortion. This is the frequency phase modulation. This is the frequency modulation. And I'm messing around with it and trying to get on to how it's working. So basically, you got your matrix of red, yellow, blue, purple, which correspond with these right here, which are different. So there's 4 different operators, quote unquote, and basically they're just oscillators. So right now I have the red going, nothing going. It's a sine wave. Perfectly, we can tell by the oscilloscope over here that shows a perfect sine wave. So when we introduce the second one, which should be the yellow messing with it, it changes the wave a bit, right? And the sound. And you can tell it's influencing, the second one's influencing the first one because of the change of sound and other stuff. Same change of sound and change of oscilloscope. I'm fighting with my piano right now because the lid for the keyboard wants to shut down on it while I'm playing around with this. So that's sound waves influencing itself in this type of thing. So these can influence, this one can influence this one, this one influence this one, this can influence this one by this modulation matrix. So across should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down should be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the different colors. So this is self-modulation. Right. Frequency modulation, right? You modulate the frequency with one or the other. Maybe I want to take phase plant here and modulate the FM. Technically, you can use this to modulate anything. I just want to take this little sine wave right here. And kind of do that with it. And do some sort of modulation with it, I think. So let's take this audio rate, tie it to that, and let's say it's coming from faceplant. Free. All right, so in faceplant, I need to send something to it. So what I can do is I can do this, and I can something simple, and we're gonna take this down so we don't have to hear that. We're gonna play it. Good. It's getting messed with. All because I'm messing with the frequency here. I think you can mess with either or. Kind of cool. You can do that even with samples. So if we go into samples here and let's say, let's grab something that is really wild. Yeah, that one is taking the cake. All right, let's turn it down. Let's go back into FM4. Let's change where we're keying off of here. Go to audio. Let's go to pre, because if you do post, you won't be able to hear it. See that the thing will tell you that. This should almost kind of be like vocoding. So the theory around vocoding is you got a carrier, which is the input sound, and you got a modulator, which is a sound that's messing with it. So like a voice and a synthesizer. So the voice keeps on taking on the synthesizer kind of thing, where basically the voice is kind of going back and forth on the synthesizer. The way that I was shown how to think about this, or at least one of the tricks, is something from Polarity. He keeps on using this DC offset, and then he uses the same thing that we're doing here. We're going to the audio sidechain. We're not the audio sidechain. Audio rate. And he's going, okay, well, I want to take in the audio from there, and I want to and you can hear perfectly that the audio is getting redirected to this track down here. You can actually see it moving around. You can actually hear it. And then if I move up and down the thing, it actually quiets it and listens to it. So basically, it's sending a sine wave or a bunch of complex sine waves. Realistically, all in theory, this is technically a sine wave. That if you kind of, pull it or stretch it a lot, you'll start seeing the waves. If you, like, everything's literally a wave if you stretch it enough. Or you drill down, not stretch, you drill down into it. Of course, I need to mess with my keyboard a bit. There we go. So basically, sine wave, if you look at it. Everywhere, it's a sine wave. So basically, it's just a sine wave messing with another sine wave, and then you got kind of, and we're doing this against a frequency domain, FM modulation of sorts, with a sort of like a audio input. This is kind of cool. Playing around with this noise. This noise is actually really cool for kind of rhythmic type of thing if you actually listen to it. And then the FM4 that we got that's being messed with it again and adding into it, kind of a cool thing. Sort of almost industrial, almost kind of like the EBM or type of stuff where you're just messing with some sonic qualities to get something there. Either way, wanted to experiment with it, trying to see how it works, see how it is, and it's actually really cool. And its ability, you should be able to kind of moderate almost literally anything in Bitwig that you can mess that has a knob. So if I want to mess with like the filter a bit, the pitch, the glide, the gain, the pan, like literally anything is yours to mess with. You can actually almost hear the... I'm still fighting with my piano here. You can actually almost hear the audio sample come through. And the only thing that's playing is FM4. So therefore you can combine kind of two samples into one. So usually when I'm walking, I'm thinking about like some sort of environment, kind of like a reverb or something like that. And most people use the like IRs to emulate the reverb or something, but kind of making a sound go into another sound, the kind of same thing as vocoding. And this kind of does it, only with pitch and actually panning right now. All right, one more attempt at this, and let's try to do something speaking. I have some speaking samples somewhere around here. Ooh. Okay, apologize for this. I just need some vocals. Where we go? Oh, I can do the soundtracks. Yeah. There we go. Sound files, and then...
The town of Texarkana has awoken.
There we go. Poor man's vocoder. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Mind-blowing. Pretty cool. A little mind-blowing, sorry. I knew theoretically the possibilities, but still being able to experiment and do it without popping in the vocoding device. If I could type it in here. This browser is still kind of weird. Sometimes the focus goes off and I just start typing other places. But anyways, this vocoder, it's kind of what you're doing already. That's kind of how the device works of sorts. So you're basically just using a modulator. All right, let me go back here to kind of help with the stuff. And this should work in the grid also and do everything else you want. So overall, kind of cool. I probably would love to experiment with this a lot more to see what I can come up with. But overall, this is a very, very quick and clean setup for like a vocoding setup where I basically try to merge one sample into another sample and see what you get, kind of thing, along with. And you can kind of see something overlaying the oscilloscope here of that sample. It's kinda. There's like an A and B thing going on right now. And now it's all A. Did I turn it off? Oh. This is coming from 6 pre. That's kind of cool. I did not know the oscilloscope worked like that. Another thing I found out today. Pretty cool. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you appreciated it. I think it's kind of cool. I don't think I've done this yet and actually understood and had the gravity of what actually was going on, but and messing with all this stuff, I kind of do. Either way, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will catch you later.